Let's talk about something that trips up so many people in proprietary trading. It's this weird puzzle. Why do so many traders, even ones with what look like winning strategies, still end up failing? The answer might not be what you expect, so let's get into it.
Yeah, this is the big one, isn't it? It's the question that keeps so many aspiring traders up at night. You've done the work, you found a strategy, you studied the markets, you even paid that evaluation fee. So why does it feel like you're just constantly hitting a wall? Why do most traders just burn through one account after another? And there it is, right there. This is really the heart of the whole problem. The source material is super clear about this. It's not that the strategies are junk. Not at all. It's that when the pressure is on, when things get real, our discipline is the first thing to go right out the window.
And man, is there pressure. I mean, just think about what you're dealing with. It's a total pressure cooker. You're not just making a few clicks, you're trying to juggle multiple accounts at once. Each one has its own super strict drawdown rules and daily risk limits, and all the while you're trying to hit these profit targets. That constant stress, it leads straight to simple, dumb, and very costly mistakes. It's just a recipe for a breakdown.
Okay, so if we know the problem is our discipline breaking down, what's the solution? Well, it means we have to completely shift how we think about trading. We've got to move away from trying to be a fortune teller, predicting every little market move, and instead focus on building a professional, repeatable workflow.
It really comes down to this. Professional trading desks, the big ones, they don't run on gut feelings or emotional whims. No way. They run on systems, on structure, and on just rock-solid discipline. So the goal here is to bring that exact same professional framework to you, the individual trader. So how do we actually do that? Well, it boils down to a really simple but incredibly powerful 3-stage workflow you can apply every single day. You plan your day, you execute that plan, and you document the journey. Let's break down exactly how that works.
So the whole system, it's really built around these 3 pillars. Think of it as your daily ritual. First, you plan using objective, hard data. Second, you execute that plan with total discipline. And third, you review everything with an honest, objective report. Plan, execute, report. It's a simple loop, but it is so powerful.
All right, let's start with the planning part, Dr. Markets. Before the market even thinks about opening, you need to be your own risk manager. I mean, you look at all of your accounts, you check them against their specific rules, drawdown, profit targets, all of it, and you create what's called a daily trading prescription. This literally tells you which accounts are good to go and which ones need to sit on the bench. It takes all the guesswork and emotion out of that first huge decision of the day.
So next up is Trade X, the execution. If planning is like writing the prescription, then execution is like being the perfect pharmacist, filling it exactly right every single time. This is all about taking that plan and just running with it, with no fear, no greed, no hesitation. It's about managing your entries, your stops, your risk with total consistency, and taking out the #1 reason traders fail, emotional interference when the market's live.
And finally, after the bell rings, you've got Journal X, the reporting phase. This is your intelligence report, your follow-up appointment. It gives you a completely objective breakdown of what actually happened, which accounts traded, what was their progress, were any rules even close to being broken. This feedback loop is absolutely essential if you want to get better over the long haul.
Now, I really want to make this clear. This is not just a simple trade copier. There is a huge difference. A basic copier just blasts the same trade out to all your accounts no matter what's going on with them. A systematic workflow like this is way smarter. It manages each account on its own based on its own specific rules. So one account might take a trade while another one that's a little closer to its drawdown limit stays on the sidelines. It's intelligent, it's individualized management. And just so we're on the same page, this framework doesn't trade for you. You are still the captain of the ship. You control the indicator you use for entries, you decide the directional bias, you set the trading rules, and you configure the accounts. The system isn't replacing your strategy, it's just giving you the discipline to actually follow it.
And look, this whole disciplined approach, it's not just some trick to pass an evaluation and then forget about it. The real power here is when you apply this professional framework to the bigger picture, your long-term capital growth.
And this is where things get really, really interesting. The very same rules and discipline that prop firms make you follow, the things that build good habits, you can apply them to your own personal trading capital. You can build your own wealth with the exact same rigor as a professional trading desk.
So you basically have 2 ways you can go with this. There's the prop firm path, right? It gives you access to a ton of capital, but it comes with all that evaluation pressure. Then you have the self-funded path. You use your own money, but you get to avoid all the payout and reset stress and just focus on long-term compounding. The beautiful thing is, a disciplined system helps you with both, letting you manage either path with that same professional structure.
And if you're thinking bigger, this kind of structure is absolutely perfect for scaling up. You can systematically manage a whole portfolio of prop accounts, moving them from evaluation to funded and building a large, diversified base of trading capital over time.
All right, so let's bring it all home. When you step back, it all comes back to this one big idea. We spend so much time and energy hunting for the perfect holy grail strategy, but maybe, just maybe, we're looking in the wrong place.
So, if you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this. The source material says it perfectly. Consistency over time matters more than short-term outcomes. A single lucky trade doesn't make you a trader. A consistent process does. At the end of the day, discipline is the real strategy.
And that leaves me with one final question for you to chew on. Think about it honestly. Is your real challenge finding that one magical winning strategy? Or is it actually building the unbreakable discipline to just follow the one you already have? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in to this explainer.